on Iwtv News.
Welcome to a new beginning. It's that time of year again. Making the grades off the field. Winners in and out of the classroom. Camp volleyball in the Big K as kids of all ages serving up a good time. And that's so Raven to come back, and why not give a cheer to where it all began.
From the campus of Iowa Western, you're watching Iwtv News.
Hello and welcome to Iwtv News, a very special summer edition. I'm JJ Davis. Long time no see. A lot of summer in the sun and fun, I'm sure. Well, life goes on here at Iowa Western, but soon, before you know it, just like that, the students are all going to come back. And you know, for some, well, they got to start somewhere. The end of a journey, a 2-year march to glory. The quest starts here, the Welcome Center at Iowa Western, the doorway to the future for students of all ages. 18-year-old Marcel Campbell and his mom on the left, fellow incoming freshman and friend Nathan Thomas and his ma on the right.
I'm far from home, and I'm in a state I don't know nothing about, and I'm going real far in my first year in college, so there's a lot of jitters, you know.
Yeah, I'm very nervous. The reason why I'm nervous is I'm gonna be gone away from home for a long time, like a year, so I'm probably gonna get homesick, like I always calling my mom, you know, so very nervous.
Hi. I'm good.
Hundreds of prospective students are greeted each week this time of year. It's important for the admission advisors and recruiters to
try to make it real. You know, college is not always 100% fluff, perfect, awesome. There's going to be rough days. I try and tell students, you know, hey, I took this class, this was my favorite teacher, or this was my favorite part of housing, or this was my favorite semester or major. I changed majors 4 times, so I try to be very honest about my own college experience here.
Just making sure they leave with no questions unanswered. I don't want them to feel like they can't ask questions because everyone's situation is a little bit different.
the incoming students then take a little walk. Marcel and Nathan headed towards official enrollment. It includes opening up an account on the school website as well as registering for fall classes. And their parents?
My name is James Hogan. I'm the coordinator of academic support here at Iowa Western.
They are schooled on any questions they may have pertaining to the overall care of their sons.
He do good in like small environments, so that's why I think it's a good college for him.
Perfect
small environment.
Absolutely.
I feel more relaxed. I think like with the payment plans and everything, the information that he gave me that I can always call people to ask questions if I don't understand. Help is always available.
Every little bit of help,
So business is a great field to be getting into right now.
Wonderful. I mean, everybody nice, everybody taking time to explain everything.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and get logged in.
The students get logged in, just like the same screen that I'm logged into. They click along with me.
And then you're gonna click on technology again.
I show them how to use their online portal. And then I show them how to register, and then they go and register on their own because we want them to know how to use their Rock account after today.
So these are required courses for your business degree. We see a lot of students, especially this time of year, hundreds and hundreds are coming in and signing up for classes. So it's important that you're giving each one that one-on-one attention, just as you did the first person that stepped into your office. Oh, for like what room and stuff?
With college students, it's always some little thing that has nothing to do with academics that causes them to not complete. And so it's important for us to not create any of those kind of situations and to be friendly and welcoming and help them with any questions that they have. And I'm very proud of our employees because I know that's what they do.
After another job well done, Marcel and Nathan share their new student IDs with their moms.
Going in, I thought it'd be really hard. I was real nervous, but as she started talking and getting us ready and we started doing things on the laptop, everything became easy and I felt at home. And it was easy to talk to everyone. We communicated and it's just a lot of fun.
I'm staying for sure, so I'm gonna make this my second home away from home.
Daniel J. Hughes.
Home. After 2 years away from home, Reavers graduate and end their journey with a march to glory. For these two families, the quest starts here, the Welcome Center at Iowa Western. It's a beginning to an end that's just the beginning of the rest of their lives. Some young lives digging in Canesville. Volleyball camp. Everybody had a good time. The spirit of 76 in the classroom. It takes all kinds when we come back.
From the campus of Iowa Western, this is Iwtv News.
Bye-bye. Get home safe. Hi. Hoping for a crisp breeze to help keep you alert. Oh, he took a sip of water too. That'll probably help. You were probably gonna turn down the radio too, so you could focus, right?
Probably okay isn't okay.
Right?
If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend.
I think the water line is what really drove it home. I blew on him.
Iowa Western has long been making a name for itself in the JUCO sports world. But does the JUCO world know that the Reavers truly believe in the student part of the student athlete? Well, it does now. Because out of all the junior colleges out there, guess who wins in the classroom? Is there ever any doubt? Hats off to the Iowa Western Athletic Department. Talk about a killer reputation. The Reavers score perhaps their biggest victory for the second year in a row. Iowa Western once again leads the nation with 76 academic All-Americans.
The academic piece of what we do is first and foremost the most important thing we do. When I meet with all of our student athletes, every meeting we talk about the academic piece and how vital and important that is. And so when our coaches are talking that same message, then the result is 76 academic All-Americans.
The regional champion baseball team pitches in with 15 academic All-Americans. The softball team swinging in with 10. In fact, the ladies come around with the highest team grade point average out of any JUCO softball program in the country.
We had a 3.7 as a team, and so it was something that they all kind of bought into and just trying to be the best versions of themselves all the time. And so for it to show up like that in the classroom, I'm extremely proud of our kids.
People think it's just about the player, and more so it's about the person. And the person is that person's character, that person as a student.
Was absolutely brilliant. Gave them the freedom to pick and choose when they wanted to come into study hall. And they came in, and they didn't need anybody to hold their hand or to babysit them. They were self-motivated, and I think the results showed that they earned it. It was all them.
It doesn't mean that we're not going to our side. Just the atmosphere, it's how they grew up, and they know that they have to get the job done, and we didn't have to do much. I just thought that they kind of did a lot on their own, and we were just there to guide them and help them when they can, but they didn't need our help much.
Now we're really into it!
We had Zanaya Jackson, who was a tutor up in the Academic Resource Center, and she's helping all of her teammates on the side back in the dorms and stuff, so it's neat to see how they help each other.
Obviously, we'd like to punch a few more of those in.
It really tells us that the students, the coaches, have an emphasis on those young people getting an education, not just coming here to play sports. And so I think that's the big statement.
On the AD honor roll.
Part of the competition between coaches here at Iowa Western is to have the best academic record every year. And when they get knocked out by a couple hundredths of a point, they're upset.
From the top to the bottom, we're all going in the right direction for the right reasons.
We're going to do athletics the way we do everything else. We're going to do everything else the way we do athletics.
Everybody thinks we win all these championships and we win all these games, when they see what leads to that is the people that we have.
One thing that we try to preach is no one wins more than us on the field and off the field as well.
They want to get their education, they want to get their degree, move on to bigger and better things, and we're being able to see them do that, you know, on and off the court.
I'm going to put it out there that we're going to get 100 next year. It's there, it's within reach, it's within striking distance. 24 isn't a whole lot. I mean, it's a good number, but 24 more will put us at 100, and that's the goal.
It's a goal that's within reach. Another milestone in the growth of the Iowa Western Athletic Department. 76 academic All-Americans. That's the spirit and counting. Amen to that. All right, now back on the field we go. And of course, summer means what? Swimming pools, ice cream, and football, baby. And speaking of babies, some very young and some not so very young get their first taste of what we mean when we say champions do play in Reaver Country. A walk in the park? Nah. These future Reavers travel in style. Next stop, Lewis Central.
Go.
Football, baby. Kids Camp, day 3.
Obviously, we're trying to teach them a little bit from a fundamental standpoint in the game of football, but then at the same time, we want to make it fun. It's kind of our chance to just relate with some younger kids and just play around with them rather than be in such a serious mode all the time in teaching. So it gives them a chance to be a kid. Some of these guys be kids as well.
Goodness gracious. I still remember being 10 years old, going to my first youth camp, and you can almost remember the smell of the grass and the feelings that it brings out. And so just getting back out here, and when it's truly all about fun, it's a great experience.
That's quarterback. They go.
Great moments as well.
Got it. Heat first. Set it.
What do you think of this camp?
It's good.
Why?
Because we get to play football.
Work hard and keep on working. And always stay focused.
What do you think of these guys that are teaching on the Reavers football staff?
Well, a lot of them are funny and they like to tell good jokes.
Coaches, help me out a little bit.
They keep you young. There's only 100 out here, but it feels like there's 1,000. So it's like I said, it's a ton of fun.
Got it.
Fun to be had by all, even head coaches. Nice throw. Now throw in 3 days of football. Add some kids. And
sideline catch.
Some big kids. What do you get?
One hand. Oh, there it is.
F-U-N. What's that spell? Iowa Western. You want some more fun? Guess who's back in town and grappling with camp? We get to see an old friend after the break.
Okay, it's decision time. I want flexibility, more doing, hands-on experience, and working sooner. I gotta make a choice. I want to get started now. Find your path at iwcc.edu and get hands-on real-world experience. Start now at Iowa Western.
The Iowa Western wrestling team finishes 5th at Nationals as the climb continues. Now, head coach Josh Watts and his guys open their doors to some other guys for summer camp. Now, coaches always say champions are made in the off-season. Well, some future champions perhaps make their way to Camp Blue both in the wrestling room and on the volleyball court. He walks in as Iowa Western's first national finalist, as well as a two-time All-American. Luke Nones mauls his way, becoming an All-American as well. Now, both are back as instructors at a most recent Reavers wrestling camp.
It's always good to see those guys. It's great that they're willing to come back and help out still.
Helping out, taking down, and teaching 30 or so kids from around the Midwest. You see, there's no substitute for
experience. I've been through it, done it, and I feel like I'm a good mentor. I can help these guys out and get better.
Question? What I want to do basically is just teach them proper ways to hit things and the right way. And these bigger guys, being a little heavyweight, it's going to keep them safe while they're wrestling.
The instructors are really helpful, really showing everybody to not be lazy with the moves and work hard towards them.
Take every second that we have. We can't take it for granted. We have to keep going as hard as we can every second we have, because we can't reverse time.
If they can walk away with just something new, when I was growing up, I was always told if you can walk away from the camp learning one new thing that fits into what you like to do, then it's a successful camp.
Oh, it's awesome. Every time I come back, we don't do handshakes anymore. We go straight for a hug, and it's like family, just come back to see your family.
You come back here, everyone, it's like the same. It's like you never left. So it's great to be back. It's like family.
I feel like Luke hasn't seen the facility yet, so that's great for him. Oscar came back, made a trip just to see the facility a few months ago. So it's nice to have him back.
Slide it. I'm turning kick.
Giving back to their extended family, the Iowa Western Wrestling Camp.
Use your tighter like back.
3 days of teaching, learning, and reconnecting. You see, once a Reaver, always a Reaver. The Big K, Gainesville Arena, screaming with volleyball. Dozens of middle school kids being schooled on returning serve,
You have to go out farther.
digging, and fun, with the emphasis on
mainly to have fun. Camp is about trying new things, challenging yourself. So we let them try things that they wouldn't normally get to try. Jump serving, diving on the ground for balls, those kind of things. Passing and setting and serving are really important at this age, so we try to really hit those hard. I'm gonna hit, okay? Then Charlie knows I'm gonna hit, okay? What if I'm here?
the 3-day camp features middle school ladies here in the morning, elementary age girls in the afternoon. Now they all dig in and set their sights on different skills.
Probably how to get my spike.
Which is?
Just, you take left, left, and then spike.
I thought that they were going to really touch on all the subjects, but they really have, and they've done everything they could to help us.
No one in the court, loses. All right?
I think it was a really good camp, and I would definitely come again. And I liked all the coaches, and I thought I learned a lot.
I think the main thing is just good memories. Good vibes about Iowa Western. We want them to feel really positive, come back for games, and if they can get better at playing volleyball, that's a bonus for us. Like for us, we just want them to have a lot of fun with their friends, meet new friends while they're here. Just touching a volleyball is going to get them better. So how many balls they touch throughout the week, they're going to get better at every skill. Yeah, and they have a blast, and they love to do energy checks and cheers and all the games that don't even necessarily have to do with volleyball, but that's fun for us too.
A killer time to be had by all. volleyball camp at Iowa Western.
Said, oh yeah, that's a good idea.
And from the sound of things, chalk up another ace. Now to another camp, and this one a little bit more serious. Now, football players report for fall camp here at Iowa Western July 29th, and then it's game on, baby. But did you know some have already gotten a head start? Fresh off another Graphic Edge Bowl win, and with fall camp just a first down away, 60 or so of the 2018 Reavers already on campus, looking to get a leg up on the rest of the competition set to arrive in just a few weeks.
Majority are freshmen. There's probably a handful of transfers, and then some returners that are in town taking classes. Number one, you get a bunch of people that know each other before school starts, so they start building that team unity. But then at the same point, we're getting them in shape.
Come on, Blaha, get up there. Shaping up for fall camp. These early birds run 2 days a week, lift weights 3 days, and go to class in between. First impression?
I really like it. It's a very different atmosphere as far as like the winning tradition. I come from Kansas, and we wasn't really winning that much, so it's a very different atmosphere.
Yeah, I mean everybody pushes each other, so that's the really cool part is when we out here working, everybody's telling each other to get better.
Hey man, we got 40 yards, let's go, but it's cake work, man. Burst for the first, burst out with the rest.
It's the number one thing to be successful. And I think that's one of the areas why we've been successful is our chemistry's been pretty good.
Yes, sir. Yep.
Pretty good in English composition as well. In fact,
they're pretty good riders.
Really?
Yes, they are. These are young men that have some goals for themselves and they're working to achieve them.
I'm taking 13 hours, so I'm taking 10 online, so class is difficult, but it's necessary, and you got to do it if you want to graduate.
They tough. I mean, a lot of these boys come from the same situation I come from. They try and get out here and grind, help the team so we can all win.
I tell them all the time, you got an opportunity to make a good impression, but you also got an opportunity to not by work ethic and showing up on time. And these guys have been really good. You know, they haven't missed. They're on time, ready to go so far.
Right foot touch, I'm judging effort. Let's go, show me something, let's go. Lineman up, set, go.
You know, we only get like 14 practices before we start our game prep. We can't waste a lot of time in those 14 getting them in shape, so the better shape they're in, the better we'll be.
Maybe it's 4 to 5 sprints that we didn't push as hard and you're out on the field.
Over 60 newbies looking to get better on the field, in the classroom, and in the weight room. Their time is coming, and soon, so is everybody else.
Savages, D-line will be up in the meeting room. Got 10 minutes to get up there.
They will be here before you know it. But back to where it all began for the new cheer coach, Raven on the rise on the other side.
Papa!
You know, I've always been impressed with the Iowa Western cheer team, the cheerleaders, the works. I'll put them up against anybody in the country. And I've seen them firsthand put in all the hard work, and it pays off. Football games, basketball games, competitions, the works, as the cheer team is top notch. Well, there's a new sheriff in town, and she knows from whence she came. Jumpin' Jiminy's. Reavers. Iowa Western's landed a new cheer coach.
Gosh, it's hard to even put that into words because this is home to me. these are my old stomping grounds is like a dream come true.
It's a dream that was planted when the now 25-year-old graduate of Lewis Central and later Central Florida became the first cheerleader from Iowa Western to move on and up to a Division I program.
Me being so passionate about cheerleading, I can't think of a better place that I would want to be. I think I can bring a lot to the table as far as knowledge about what cheerleading is now, because what it was 5 years ago, it has gone tremendously in a different direction. And these kids are throwing crazy skills, flipping in the air, landing on one hand. It's wild. I think that threw some of the athletes off when tryouts came around, because when they would kind of question the skills, I would say, let me in there, I'll just do it with you. You can get the feel for it, and then we'll put the new athlete in. And they were kind of like, oh, okay, like I'm about to throw my coach here in the air. And after that weekend of tryouts, I think they are extremely fired up. Being able to cheer at a D1 university for 3 years, I've learned so many more things that I want to bring to the table as far as for game day, showings, skill calibers, those baskets where the guys get together and they fling the girls up in the air. So all of those things are to come. My goal is to get every second year athlete that we have this year off to another school, because that's really what Iowa Western is about. It is a stepping stone. We are here to push our athletes on to the next level. Flipping around and cheerleading and being a part of some type of athletic program is pretty much my life. I love kids, so I guess something maybe people would want to know about me is that in my spare time, I love spending time with kids.
Her energy is through the roof, and so the award-winning Iowa Western cheer program is in good hands. Raven Gal, back home where she belongs, in Reaver Country. All right, so there you go. A Reaver fix to hold you over until school gets here in just a couple of weeks, and it's coming and coming fast. And then we'll have a weekly dose of the Iowa Western television news, so stay tuned. And so for this latest edition of Iwtv News, our special summer edition, I'm J.J. Davis, and as always, I'll see you around campus.
Iwtv is online. Like us, follow us, watch us.